Hi Abhishek. Hello, welcome to. Let's wait for some more people to join in and then we are going to start. So, this is our. Hello, hi Kajal. So, welcome to our career drama series. Hi Vyoma, hi Mansi. Hello everyone, welcome to our career drama series. And today, hi Harshad, we have another offbeat person here joining us for some amazing facts, amazing information, and some great time with a really interesting person talking to us about linguistics and career in Japanese language. I can see my entire team here joining us. Yes, so we will wait for another couple of minutes and begin the interview. So let me tell you why offbeat careers, because since I was in 12th standard, so it is what, almost 10 years that I passed my 12th, and we can still see the same trend of careers being chosen by students, and there are so many options available in the whole situation, whole country, but very few people are aware of what careers are actually flourishing, actually have scope, and how they can turn their career into something which is very different from what the trend is following. So like very traditional careers like engineering, medicine, and CACS law, these are the most traditional ways of looking at career. But of course, if you choose a stream like science, commerce, or arts, any of them, you can have a very different perspective towards your career, and you can do absolutely anything that you are passionate about. So that is one way of choosing a career, and that is why this series, where we want to actually introduce you real life people who are doing some offbeat work, offbeat job in their field of passion. And yes, we started with Vyoma, a very interesting personality doing her work in chemistry and drug development area. So today we have something from arts or languages. So we want to look at careers in languages, plus we have an amazing person joining us for careers in Japanese language. So while I was taking a look at the facts about Japanese language, so one of the most interesting thing I found out is Japanese has no roots related to any other language. So, like for example, all Indian languages have roots towards Sanskrit, or there are some European languages also which have roots towards Sanskrit language. But Japanese language has its own base, has its own roots, and Japanese people are the only ones following Japanese. So that is one interesting fact that I found out about Japanese, and I am waiting for our guest of the day to join in. Hello everyone. Hi Kasturi. Hi Prajakta. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Yes, so this series is going to continue, and we are about to bring some amazing people here. So careers you might as well have not heard about, and we have real life people working, doing their jobs in these areas. So let's see some very off track careers in this series with us, with Ayuda. And yes, I want to thank my entire team. My entire team is working very hard on this series. So a big shout out to my team. Yes. All right, so our guest of the day is here, and allow. Hi, Priyal. Hi there. Hello.
Hi, Sai. How are
Hi.
you?
How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. How
I
are
am
you?
fantastic.
Yes.
Uh,
Yes. First of
I
all,
think there
thank
is
you
a
for having
connection
me here.
problem. Okay.
Can you hear? Can you hear me? Hello?
There is a connection issue. Do you want to
Um,
join again? Back?
wait a second. Wait a second. Okay, I'll join again. Just a wait. Just a sec.
Yes. Yes. Okay. So we have a little bit of connection issue, but she will be joining us in a moment. So yes, hello everyone here. Thank you so much for joining in. We are going to have some amazing time with Archana Tai here. Yes.
I was trying
Hi.
without Wi-Fi actually. Hi.
Okay. Hello.
Hello. Sorry for
How
the
are
network
you?
issue. Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay. How are
I'm
you
good.
feeling to be here with us?
Oh, I'm
There are
feeling,
so many people supporting you,
yeah, I'm
commenting
feeling,
here for you.
yeah, I'm feeling grateful, but at the same time, as this is my first live, I'm feeling a bit nervous. But yeah, now I'm feeling fine.
Great, great, great. All right. So please tell us, what do you do? What is exactly your career?
Yes. So I'm a Japanese language expert. Currently, I'm working in Fujitsu, which is a Japanese company. It's one of the like best company in Japan right now. I basically started my career with Amazon. It's in Chennai, so I went to this company and I started working on a tool called Audible.
Mm-hmm.
It's a tool where there are a lot of recordings. Back then it was a new tool, but right now I think Audible, everyone is aware
Yes.
about this tool.
Very,
Yeah,
very.
so there were a lot of Japanese novels which were played in recordings, and I used to correct those if there are some glitches, if there are some problems in the tool. I used to work on those tools. That was a
Wow.
contract job. Yeah, so that was only for 3 months. Then I started working in Suzuki. It's in Ahmedabad,
Mm-hmm.
Suzuki Motor Gujarat. So that was kind of my first regular job because the earlier job was contractual job.
Mm-hmm.
There we had a greenfield project. As everybody knows, Suzuki Motor Gujarat, it's a new company.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Maruti Suzuki, everyone is aware of, but Suzuki Motor Gujarat was a new company. It was a greenfield project. So I used to go to these sites. I was surrounded by so many Japanese people, and it was interpretation job. So whatever they wanted to convey to Indian counterparts, I used to interpret for them. So that was a very fun job, I think. I was involved in a lot of higher management discussions over there.
Mm-hmm.
And then after working there for 1.5 year, I think I wanted to come back to Pune because I was really missing Pune. So I started working in Fujitsu, which is my current company. Here I am basically working as a translator. Hello?
Yes. 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 I can hear you.
Okay. Yes.
Yes, you are audible.
Uh, so yes, so this has been a wonderful journey with this language. I'm really happy to be working with this language actually.
Mm-hmm. I am so curious to know about your interpretation job in Suzuki. So, can you tell us like a moment that or an incident that you would really like to share?
Yes. I would like to share one thing actually. Actually, there were a lot of fun incidents, but
Mm-hmm.
I remember one thing very clearly, one incident very clearly. I was with my civil engineer Japanese person who is the head of that department.
Place. Okay.
And civil or these site peoples, they are very like all the time angry because they want to get things done and the things are not happening because of some reason. Then what happened once, he said that okay, do this quickly or change this document quickly. So in
Mm-hmm.
Japanese, it's actually kairo, means change it quickly. And he
Okay.
was so angry while saying it. Word Cairo means actually leave, just get out
Okay.
from here. So I was little, I was nervous actually, and I did not know what he really meant. And I thought he meant just get out of here. And I said, he's asking you to leave. And it was really embarrassing for me actually. The guy was the Indian counterpart. He was like really scared. What will happen to my job? Am I fired or something like that? So it was a very funny incident overall. Yeah.
Awesome, awesome. I'm sure you must have had so many of such incidences.
Yeah.
Yes. All
Yes.
right. So, can you tell us about how is exactly the journey of getting into this level of Japanese and like right from scratch? Where did you start, and what is
Yes.
a generally really good route to get into like when you look at a language at a very professional perspective? How is
Mm-hmm.
the route to get into it?
Right. So, personally, for me, I was learning Japanese as a hobby. I was doing my post graduation and I wanted to learn a foreign language. And in my junior college, I was learning a German language. And I thought, okay, let's just pursue this language. I found that language bit easy. So, I thought, okay, let's go to this institute. If you know this Pune University, maybe Ranade
Mm-hmm.
Institute, if everyone knows. It's there on Ferguson Road. So I went to this university and I wanted a German application form and I asked for them. And they were like, we don't have it right now because the application procedure is already finished, completed. So but they said that we have a Japanese language application form if you would like to fill it. And then my friend and I, we were like, okay, let's give it a try. Anyway, we want to learn some foreign language. And so I filled that form and then waited for a couple of days. And then I got the admission in that institute. And then
You were
we
destined
started,
for Japanese. You were
yeah.
destined for Japanese.
Yeah, it was like that. Japanese actually came to me by luck, and then I started learning Japanese. I found it really interesting. People think that it's a difficult language, but I felt very interesting about it. It
Mm-hmm.
basically has three alphabets: hiragana, katakana, and kanji. So kanji
Mm-hmm.
means Chinese characters. Hiragana they use for their own words, like only
Okay.
Japanese words can be written in hiragana. And
Okay.
katakana for foreign words, like if you want to say, for example,
WhatsApp.
WhatsApp. Yeah, so
WhatsApp.
you can just say it as it is, but only with
Okay.
some few changes.
Okay.
WhatsApp, like that they can
Mm-hmm.
say. So
Okay.
yeah, so I started learning Japanese, and initially, um, I actually found it interesting, but I also got good grades in it. Like Japanese has basically Japanese has JLPT exams, which are the
Mm-hmm.
exams conducted by Japan government,
Mm-hmm.
and it has like 5 levels. and I started with N5, which is the like the easiest level, and
Okay.
I got like 180 out of 180, and I
Wow.
yeah, so I was like, no, only in kindergarten I used to get these kind of grades. So I must be really good at it, and that's why I wanted to like pursue this language further. And of course, like the more you study, the more difficult it becomes. So it was a bit challenging at first, but then I really concentrated and I really wanted to do something nice in this language.
Mm-hmm.
And then in Pune University, I studied Japanese for 3 years. So for people who would like to pursue this language, I think only 10th uh, pass
Is the
people can, I think, enter and can join this uh,
course in the university.
course.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I studied for 3 years in Pune University, and I was really blessed with the best teachers in Pune, and that was also one of the reasons like they encouraged me a lot. In my Japanese studies, for 1 year, I was working as a librarian in Japanese language for Japanese language books. So that was
Wow. Must be an
like a
experience.
bliss, yeah, like a bliss for me because I was surrounded by these beautiful Japanese books.
Japanese.
I studied a lot while I was working as a librarian, and then we used to from Japan, and I cracked that exam, and then I went to Japan for 1 year. I was in Mie University. Um, can you hear me? I
Yes,
can't see
yes.
you actually.
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
okay, cool. So I was in Japan for 1 year. There is a prefecture named Mie. I was in
Mm-hmm.
Mie University,
Mm-hmm.
and yes, so learning Japanese with Japanese students, it was a altogether different experience.
Different experience.
Yeah. So that was it, I think. And then I thought that, okay, if I have learned Japanese and I have
To
learned
such a great
everything now,
level. Yes,
yeah,
to
such
such
at
a great level.
I would not say at a great level, but what like you feel like learning more, right? You if you have
Yes,
learned so much, you feel like learning more. And language,
yes.
it's like yeah, so
Never ending. Yes, bottomless
yeah, never
jar.
ending
It's a
because
bottle.
you also have learned Spanish language, so you can tell, right?
Relate to it. Yes,
Yeah.
totally.
So yeah.
All right. So, how are you associated with Japanese culture? Like, what is the most interesting part of Japanese culture that you would like to share with us?
Okay, so Japanese culture is very different than ours, I
Mm-hmm.
think. They are very humble people, very polite. They have
Okay.
they are very workaholics. So
Workaholic.
in their culture, the work is always there. It's not only culture, but always this work ethics and all are
Work is
associated with.
worshipped.
Right. Yes, work is worship. That's really like true in their
Mm-hmm.
in it's really true actually. Yeah.
Nice.
So they have beautiful temples, uh, jinja,
Mm-hmm.
and I really love to visit those jinja actually. It's really calm and composed.
Mm-hmm.
Um, their culture, as in um, what else?
So yes, of course, yes. So I was just about to ask you. There are 5 levels, right, for Japanese?
Yes, yes,
Okay, and where are these levels taught, or where are these exams held generally? In Pune University,
right,
Ranade itself, or there is some
right.
other?
Yes. So in Pune University, in Ranade, I think they are teaching like basic Japanese, then advanced Japanese.
Mm-hmm.
And while learning that language, you can also prepare for these exams, which are JLPT exams.
Mm-hmm.
In Pune, I know in Sinhagad Institute, these exams are being held. They are
Okay.
twice a year in July and in December.
Mm-hmm.
And they are held in Mumbai as well. I think in Bangalore, in like most of the big cities, these exams are
Mm-hmm.
being held. And
All right.
for classes, I think once you get into a certain course like advanced and
Mm-hmm.
certificate diploma, you will
Mm-hmm.
get to know who are conducting classes. There are a lot of people who are
Right.
conducting classes from home as well these days.
Right. Local
Yeah.
people, and then you can directly give the JLPT exams.
Yes, that's right.
All right, all right, all right. And there's one more curious question that I would like to ask. If somebody wants to take Japanese parallelly with other career,
Right.
so
Um,
what would that be a good
yes.
route? For example, engineers are supposed to take German or, in my
Mm-hmm.
opinion, Japanese as well, because that is
Yes.
where technology is most importantly. So is
Yeah.
there anything else that you would suggest where Japanese can be parallelly done with some other career?
Right. So, as you correctly said, engineers are taking up this language. There are a lot of people from IT background
Mm-hmm.
who have a technical background. They also are learning Japanese these days. And apart from that, I think there are a lot of YouTube videos which are in Japanese. If
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
people are interested, they can translate those into their own language, maybe in English. So that is
Mm-hmm.
also like a booming career right now, I feel. A
Yes.
lot of Hindi movies are released in Japan these days. So maybe in film
Mm-hmm.
industry, you'd never know Japanese
Absolutely.
might be required. Apart from that, automobile is the sector. I think there are a lot of like
Yes.
Suzuki, Honda, these kind of companies are there. And maybe HR management, like you,
Yes.
if you have some people skills, if you are certified in HR or maybe management courses, um,
Mm-hmm.
Japanese language would really help, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Great, great. And what is like the basic level requirement to get a job? So there are
right.
5 levels. How much is like most
Yes.
important, or this is like the qualifying limit for people
Right.
to get jobs?
I think once you pass N3, you will be able to speak Japanese,
Okay.
day-to-day
Mm-hmm.
Japanese at least. So
Okay.
that is, I think, the least, like the most important stage, I think. You can,
Mm-hmm.
once you have N3 certificate, then you can start looking for jobs. And no matter what certificate you have, I think once you speak fluently,
Mm-hmm.
then it will be helpful, I think, because we see there are a lot of people who have N2 and like N1 certificate, and they are not even able to speak.
Mm-hmm.
So I think speaking is a must, I feel.
Most important. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. All right. And one question, I think I asked you this question first time we met, is
Okay.
writing, how much time does it take to learn the Japanese
Yes.
lipi or
Yes.
script?
So script, yeah. So script is the part I think we need more we need more efforts. We have to
Mm-hmm.
write a lot. I remember I used to go to like I stay in Chinchwad, and I used to go to Ranade Institute, and we used to travel by bus. And in bus also we used to skywrite because it's kanji, right? So people used
Uh-huh.
to think that what are these girls doing? We used to skywrite and we used to write a lot.
Wow.
Initially we used to write a lot, Now I think I again have to do it because if you ask me to write some kanji, I may not write it.
Be
I may
able.
not be able to write it. Yeah. So writing is the key, I think. You have to write a lot.
So can you, is it possible to learn like the entire script? Entire like how much ever त्याच्यामध्ये
So
आहे तेवढं सगळं लिहायला येऊ शकतं म्हणजे इट्स जस्ट अ व्हेरी क्युरियस क्वेश्चन.
yes. I think you can write, but you will need practice. Basically, there are
Of course.
kanji, and sometimes the kanji are mixed together, and they new a new kanji will be formed.
Is formed.
So,
Okay.
yeah. So the more you write, I think the more you get acquainted with the script, and you have to learn a lot. It's like पाढे आपण कसे पाठ करायचो. It's like that. You
हां
have to
हां.
learn a lot. Yeah, initially at least.
Great, great, great. So, what would your message be for the upcoming people who want to get into linguistics? You are already inspiring all of us. So, please say something for our people who want to get into languages. Or
That's
how
really
was
kind
your
of you to
experience?
say that I'm inspiring. I'm not inspiring or something. Yes, I just like this language, and people who they can start with basic levels, and once they feel comfortable, they think that they are liking this language, then they can pursue further. They can put more efforts into it.
Mm-hmm.
And back then, when I started this language, there were not so many options to like
Available.
the opportunities were not that much, I feel. But right now, I think
Mm-hmm.
YouTube is the master of all.
Okay,
Even
okay,
if you
okay.
are not like in big cities where you have these classes, you still
Mm-hmm.
can learn through YouTube. Internet you can as well. Uh, Definitely.
Yes, yes. All right. Great, great. It was so, so, so amazing to have you here with us. Thank you for sharing your experience, your opinions, and this is surely, surely going to help a lot of people who have already joined in here. And also, this recording is going to be available for people. So it was great
Cool.
to have you. Thank you so much for joining us and keep in touch with Ayuda. We will keep in
Yes.
touch with you as well. Thank you
Yes,
so much for
definitely.
joining us. Take
Thank you
care.
so
Have a
much for
great
having me
evening.
here. Yes, thank
Bye
you.
bye. See
Thank
you.
you. Bye
Bye
bye.
bye.
Bye.